welcome to Marked Out Wrestling Podcast. It's Wednesday night, and we are here to cover a bunch of dirt sheets because it really doesn't matter what night we do the show anymore because we're not necessarily talking about any one specific wrestling program anymore. But to do it properly, I need to get my expert on all things wrestling. That is Bionic Brian. What's going on, buddy?
Hello. Hello, sir. Not too much, a lot of dirt sheets happened over the weekend. A lot happened in WWE land. Doing well. How are you?
I am well. So what we're going to do for tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about the AEW Trio Tag Tournament titles, whatever you want to call it. There's a tournament associated with new belts. Imagine that. And we're also going to talk a little bit about who might be coming back to WWE land, but before
I can't hear you. Did your mic die?
Yeah, it did. So I'm gonna cut it to you in a second, but first, so we got to start with SummerSlam this weekend. Did you watch it, and what was your immediate take?
Well, my immediate takeaway is that you need to change your battery because I couldn't hear what the hell you said at the end of that. But the biggest takeaway from SummerSlam is a lot of people hated what happened, obviously, at the end. That's what everyone's talking about. And to be honest with you, I didn't even watch the fucking main event. All I know is I saw what Brock did with the whole tractor and lifting up the ring and blah, blah, yada, yada, yada. I've been watching a lot of Seinfeld, too. It got my attention at least. Like, that's what I think of when I think of SummerSlam 2022. So, I don't know. What were your thoughts?
Well, since you brought up, Roman and Brock, obviously we've seen this shit for like 7 years, right?
Yes.
And it was supposed to be blown off at WrestleMania, but they didn't really, much like many points of any wrestling company, they weren't ready for a next guy up situation. And when plans fell through, their initial plans for SummerSlam, they brought out Brock. And, here's the thing. Cowboy Brock has been kind of fun as a character.
It's awesome.
And the whole tractor spot was something completely new.
I wouldn't say complete. Well,
have you ever seen someone bring a tractor to the ring and lift the ring up, Brian?
Not like wreck the ring like that, no. Obviously, you have Austin, you have Kurt Angle with the fucking milk gimmick. But, no, this is the first time. I guess you could say retribution.
I'm not talking about driving a truck. I'm talking about, like...
wrecking the ring.
Yes.
Retribution. What?
No, but it was new, but we knew
I
wasn't going to lose.
Yeah.
That was the bad part about it. We just talked about the main event, which we don't need to spend a lot of time on. Let's go back to the curtain, the opening match. We got Becky and Bianca. Bianca retains in a very, very good match, but we have the handshake at the end. So kind of burying the hatchet makes you think, maybe Becky passed the torch is what Rob was going crazy about. I was like, I think Becky already passed the torch at Mania.
Yeah.
I think this was more about Becky going face because Bayley's back.
Right.
She's not alone.
No.
Are you aware about the dirt sheet behind this, Brian?
Well, I think we talked about it in the in our group chat, but
right,
go on.
Ahead.
Make sure.
I want you to explain it.
Well, just how this was something that was pitched by Bayley. I guess I don't know when it was. Was it months ago? A year ago? Not quite sure on the timing of it.
It was probably a year ago when she was vying for the title, right before she got hurt.
Right, but this was something that she had pitched to, I guess, Vince and creative, that she wanted a stable comprised of Io Shirai and Dakota Kai.
So now, I've seen different reports, not necessarily these two women, but yes.
Right. In some sort of way, she wanted, I guess, a stable, and that was something that Vince shot down. So then immediately, once Vince is gone, a week or two later, you have this happening at SummerSlam, which Did they changed Io Shirai's name, right? She's Io Sky now.
I wasn't paying attention to that if that's the case. But what I did notice was I think I think the Triple H kept a lot of what Vince did or wanted for the show. I think the thing he did the most was he flipped the script at the end. He set up for where he's going to go in the future here by having her debut. By having the whole tractor thing or whatever the fuck they did there, each little step I feel was sowing the seeds in the aftermath of matches, not the matches themselves. I feel they were booked, pretty good, and most were very entertaining. Some were shockingly entertaining. A couple were pretty disappointing, like Dominic Mysterio and Rey Mysterio's match.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
I don't know, man. That was the one I could have done without on TV. It was just to set up Edge's return. I do love Finn as a heel, getting TV time, having his own faction. But Judgment Day, just the way they kicked it off and started off, still feels weird to me. I do like. This is a shocker, Brian. I loved the Liv Morgan Ronda Rousey ending. The match was but the ending worked perfectly.
What? Ronda turning heel?
No. Well, I mean, yeah, Ronda attacks after, but no. Ronda thinking she's got the tap out, but the ref counts the pin. Like, it was well done. So that you don't think Liv beat her clean, but Liv beat her. It's
right.
It sets up a lot, now Liv's beat her twice. Is this who we're going to put over for Ronda? So this could be weird. Snake Leather on the board. He says, Becky wrestling with that separated shoulder was badass. Props to her finishing the match. Oh, I didn't know.
You didn't know that? She went with like 20 minutes with it like that.
Oh, wow.
There's a picture. You could see it's all jacked up.
So me and Rob were talking about it during the whole match. We were having not an argument with the group, but a discussion. Like, he said she heard it, and I said, no, she's a pro. She's just selling it. She's selling the fuck out of it. Like, she's not going to let it go.
No, she's actually.
Was it on the ring post?
That's a good question. I know it happened early on in the match. Let's see. Injury.
Well, in any event.
Let's see. I'm sure it'll come up. Yeah, you talk.
I always think it's amazing, and you earn my full respect, those wrestlers that are able to finish a match.
Like the ones that also get concussions right in the beginning, too? Yeah, thank you.
No. I'm talking like not
myself.
You. Like Triple H when he tore his quad. Cody.
Yes, that's crazy.
Cody goes out and finishes a feud. Just an immense amount of pain. She heard it when Bianca did the glam slam. Okay.
Way to go, Bianca.
Let's see what else. I thought McAfee delivered once again. It was Baron Corbin. I want to talk about these two together. There's the Baron Corbin match and Pat McAfee, and there's the Logan Paul and Miz, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's most incredible is Pat McAfee and Logan Paul, when they first arrived in WWE, were booed out the fucking building. Like, people were not happy with them being there, didn't think they deserved to be there, blah, 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 blah. Now here we are. They've each had a handful of matches in the WWE, and I'm pretty damn impressed how far they've come in such a short time. Like, I know somebody was joking when they put it on the internet, but Dominic Mysterio has been there for several years. These two guys have lapped him in 5 matches each.
You're not wrong, man. I know it sucks that Dominic. I mean, it doesn't suck because I suppose it's warranted, but I mean, I want Dominic to be
didn't
what?
mean to
Like,
shit on him. I was trying to prop the other two guys.
Yeah, no, I know. And I mean, they are phenomenal. Like, even Logan Paul, like, he is good. Like, he's good at doing the moves. Hopefully, I mean, he has character, obviously. Like, he has.
Right, but remember when he first started, the crowd wouldn't even let him talk.
Right.
When he first came in, he was just doing his little, guest spot.
Sure.
They thought, oh, fuck, what's the dude that Bad Bunny did so well? They're like, we're gonna bring in Logan Paul. Maybe we can duplicate that kind of success. And from the ground up, they just hated him. McAfee, when he first showed up in NXT, they just hated him. And
same thing with Miz. So it's funny that he's like working with Miz now. I mean, people hated Miz when he first came in.
Yeah, so the whole thing is just, but kudos to them for, getting themselves over and having really, really high quality matches at SummerSlam. I wouldn't say they were 5 stars by any mean, but to get a 3.5, 4-star match out of guys who only have 5 matches under the belt, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, no, I can't take that away. Yeah. Wait. So you're giving credit to that? Sorry, you're giving credit to Baron Corbin. Is that what we're hearing too?
No. McAfee and Logan Paul.
Oh, why did I think Baron Corbin?
Stike's talking about him on the board. He gets rid of Happy Corbin and goes back to the Lone Wolf. Yeah, I don't think he cares. I think Corbin is perfect for what he's doing. I think he should. They should call up Cameron Grimes, and that's his new Madcap Moss type of compatriot, and like do the whole fucking thing again with Cameron Grimes. To the moon.
To the moon, baby.
So what else we got? The Undisputed Tag Team titles.
Yes.
What'd you think of this match?
I mean, it's not surprising with what the outcome was with like the Usos.
Yeah, I'm not really surprised there. I think a lot was at play here. First off, I think that you set up if the Profits are near breakup. I think you set up a potential feud with either one of those guys, most likely Montez Ford, to fight Jeff Jarrett.
You think so?
Why not? There was the little interaction in the ring. It doesn't have to be too bad. He's like, yeah, well, you couldn't count that 3 or whatever. He goes, you're the one with the shoulders down or whatever, and boom, there's a feud.
Right.
And then the other takeaway I have here is, and I read a dirt sheet. I don't know how real it is or whatever, but
can't hear you.
Sorry about that. So Dawkins is doing a lot more of the athletic moves now.
Mm-hmm.
He is. He was doing just about everything. Dang it, I'm going to have to switch again. So he was doing the frog splash and things like that, Brian, but he's doing everything but the frog splash. And there's rumors that he's getting heat for doing this. He's supposed to be the
what? I don't know what you just said. I'm watching the end of the match right now. I mean, this one, it wasn't quite as good as the previous one that they had. What was that at? At fucking, what the hell? Money in the Bank. That's right. But this one, I mean, I like that Jarrett's involved. I like that Dawkins, like you said, is getting a lot of the fucking action.
But what they were saying, Brian, is that he's not supposed to be doing those moves. He's supposed to be the heavy. This article suggested in that, he's trying to show that he's more versatile, but he's not supposed to be doing this stuff.
Why is he not supposed to be?
I mean, he's the heavy. Stick to your roles sometimes. He's supposed. I mean, it would be like, if Diesel was doing this. I know that's exaggerating, but Diesel during his days with HBK was doing this.
Yeah, but I mean, like you said, he's a big man. That's different than. I mean, like you said, I mean, maybe that is a sign of that they are going to split them because they want to make not Ford. They want to make Dawkins look as strong as he could be once he goes on his own.
Yeah, I mean, Stike's saying Tez's match with Seth. He's had good matches. Singles all the time. So I mean, that's not shocking there. It'll just be where Gary ends up will be the shock.
Gary.
Yeah, sorry.
Gary.
So what did we miss? Is there anything we didn't cover from SummerSlam?
I mean, Edge returning. That's kind of
I mean, we blew past that with the Judgment Day. But
yeah, and also how he looks like PC Principal. That's also been the meme that's been going around. He looks like that.
Yeah. So I think it's amazing though. Like Triple H. I want to piggyback SummerSlam and talk about why I think AEW is going to ultimately fail, Brian.
Excuse me?
You have Peacock.
This is not
correct?
a topic I agree to.
Do you have Peacock?
No.
Not at all.
Nope. I don't need it. Why do I need it? I can't watch AEW on Peacock. Are you crazy?
No. Okay, yeah, that's my point. So I watch stuff like The Office.
Yeah.
I'll watch stuff like Good Place. There'll be a commercial constantly for something else, for WWE. Well, they don't. AEW doesn't have that. They're not getting any.
They're not getting any. I don't know what you said. They're not getting any. I'm going to assume that the end of your sentence was they're not getting any bad publicity. They're not getting any bad write-ups. Take a sip. You need to change your microphone, sir. Woo. We can talk about the video game. The video game is coming out. They're not getting any casuals. Are you texting me? Am I supposed to just be saying what you're saying? Talk. I can't. They're not getting any casuals. This is coming straight. Oh, yes. Talk for a second. Am I supposed to be reading this over the air? Don't repeat me. Oh, never mind. So, let's go to the board. Let's see what the board is saying. We haven't even talked about the board. Hey, Stike. Given how good Montez's match with Seth on Monday, he could be a singles wrestler very soon. 100% agree. If you had asked me that a couple years ago, my answer would have been a little bit different probably. I would say that he would be thriving in the tag team division like he is right now. But, whew, I mean, seeing what he's done with Seth, didn't he do stuff with Roman too, right? Well, yeah, because he's been fucking with the Usos and shit. I don't know. It just looks like he belongs there as a singles person. Now, it would be interesting to see what kind of character he has, because I mean, obviously you don't want to see him carrying over the character that he has with the Street Profits. I would like to see him go into a direction where it's something completely, well, maybe not completely new, but let's see. Stike. To be honest, neither company is really drawing the casuals. Oh, you mean in terms of AEW and WWE? No, you're right. I mean, if we're being honest, WWE obviously is a little bit better than at getting the casual fan. AEW puts on some fucking not weird shows, but yeah, they are a little bit more niche. For the indie crowd and whatnot. I didn't watch Monday Night Raw. Well, I mean, obviously, I keep up with the results and whatnot, but I am happy to see that a lot of Triple H's fingerprints, and apparently Jeremy Borash, too, had a lot to do with this episode, or I guess input with it, rather. I know fucking Abyss, he's been doing stuff. He's still back there doing stuff. But it's cool to see guys like Mustafa Ali and fucking Ciampa. Ciampa is like goddamn crushing it. He wasn't before, although I gotta say I didn't really like the gear that he had. It was like kind of like watermelon colors. It's not Ciampa. I hope Triple H fucking makes him change that. Also gives him back his first name. Jesus Christ. Let's see. With this new leaf of WWE seems to be on, I hope for some partnership. Dude, I said the same thing. Thank you for saying that, Stike. To be honest, with this new with this new leaf of WWE seems to be on, I hope for some new partnership with AEW in the future. I would fucking love that. I was saying that to Rob, actually, and Adam, just texting whenever all the Vince stuff dropped. Like, wouldn't it be fucking crazy if WWE just, like, if they weren't as so protective, if they actually did play nice and they started doing stuff with AEW, doing stuff with fucking Impact, New Japan, even. Hell, I mean, Jesus. Noah, I don't even care. Like, do something. Like, just don't. I know that they worked with Evolve. They did stuff with some indies. They did some stuff with some indies over in the UK as well. But no, I want them to do, like, just it's best for wrestling, and I think that Triple H realizes that. I think he understands that. Still kind of controlling the reins, but not really there in an official sense. But still, like, him and Triple H have dinner. I don't know what they fucking eat. Outback Steakhouse. Oh, yeah, I can hear you. You're back. Hello. You got a headset. Where'd you get that from?
I can't hear anything out of it. It's only
Oh, well, we can hear. I mean, I can hear you. Yeah. I mean, I can. Yeah. Okay. Can you hear me talking?
Yes. Yeah, so I guess I missed what you were saying about the video game.
I was all over the place, man. Talking about the video game, talking about Vince leaving. I mean, it was just a kerfuffle.
That tweet about Vince leaving and Locke taking him off WWE.
Oh, that was pretty good too. Yeah, right.
That was a good one. The Locke's 20 moves for every character.
Right. Hopefully the vertebreaker.
So a big thing. Stike points out, for once there was no rematches on Raw. I mean, I think you're going to see subtle things. I think people are going a little crazy early. I think a lot of people have jumped ship podcaster-wise and gone, oh, WWE is back and AEW's in burning. What I was trying to say before the mic cut out about the streaming platform is TK has tried many times. I think Forbidden Door was the most recent to get people of another audience to come and watch his product. And I just have to be completely transparent and honest, Brian. I think he has fucking failed here. And that's why you see the dwindling audience, because life gets in the way. And you need a replacement source for any viewer, even one that you lose. You need a replacement source. And I don't think he's done that. He had, let's say, a ton of people that were big fans of Kenny Omega. Once he went off TV, if that's all you were a fan of, you're like, yeah, I'm not going to watch anymore. Like, I'll wait till he comes back, and that's wrong. That means you didn't do a good job of building them and hooking them in other characters. And the streaming part of it, I really think you need those casuals, Brian, and watching something like The Office and seeing a SummerSlam commercial, or watching The Good Place and seeing a SummerSlam commercial, watching SVU and seeing a SummerSlam commercial. Like these are big type shows that people are watching and they're getting exposed to it. And yeah, they will not go and shell out $50 while they're watching The Office. They're not going to shell $50 out for SummerSlam. But they will turn on the Peacock app and be like, oh, Logan Paul's wrestling? I wonder what that looks like. They're getting, even before Vince was gone, they're getting casuals. We always called them Fruity Pebbles. They get them. They pull. There's a reason WWE does well is because of those. Yeah, Tony thought that the constituents of marks and crazy whatever wrestling people was bigger than it is. It's not. His audience, like Rampage, is probably the real, like, crazy diehard representation of AEW, which is about 400 to 500,000 in the ratings.
I would say more than that.
That's where it about bottomed out. I know they're winning the Friday night wars between whatever shows are on syndication, Practical Jokers and Big Bang Theory. They're beating them on Friday night, but it's tough. If you look at last Wednesday night, it finished second in the demo, and their viewership isn't really increasing. It is remaining the same. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, Brian. Their lead is, that's from Stike. Their lead is, we're second in the demo. We're second in the demo. Yeah, but you're not growing at all. Sometimes you're declining and you're still second in the demo. Like it's not a great sign, and you got to figure they weren't getting ticket sales at Daly's Place, Brian, but they were making good money by not having to travel and trimming the expenses and costs, and they didn't have a bloated roster at the time. Now they do. Now they're traveling. Now they're not selling out. Some tickets are going for cheap in certain cities. Like, I really think that they're in trouble if they don't gain more audience.
No.
And they need a streaming platform. We talked about it, and I don't know. You hinted at, maybe you knew something, that it was mainly Cody doing it, and Cody's gone. But I thought they had a chance at HBO Max one time.
Yeah, but actually, it's funny that you just brought HBO Max up, because I'm reading now that apparently they are like cutting like 70% of their staff and whatnot. So I don't know if HBO Max is like going the way of, what was it, CNN Plus? Was that what the thing? It like lasted for like 2 months and then they just fucking folded it.
So I don't know. I know that something's going on with HBO Max, because HBO Max had intended to release some DC straight content.
I knew you were going to say that. The Batgirl thing, right?
Batgirl, which I want to say had like a fucking $90 million budget.
Yep.
Is cut. And wasn't it in post? It wasn't like,
I think it's like done. I think it's done. They shot it and everything. Like, it's
so it wasn't even like, I mean, so they're going to lose their ass. And someone mentioned it's because they're merging with Discovery. Fuck, Disney merged with everybody. Jeez. It didn't change anything.
We're merging with Discovery. When are we merging with Discovery?
We're still on the Electronic Media Collective Network, right? No.
Yeah, it's a mouthful.
We're not even on Podbean anymore. Nobody uploads our stuff.
Nobody.
You should figure out a way to record it on that end.
If you figure out how to record it on your end.
I don't know that program. I have worked through what we broadcast on.
Mm-hmm.
I've worked through that. So let me look at my rundown list.
Yeah, what's your notes?
So I really think that is why AEW is in trouble. But we got two more things to talk about. And they're both kind of bullet points. The Trios tournament. I watched Dynamite tonight. Adam Cole and the Undisputed Elite turned on the Bucks.
Yeah.
So without even knowing the bracket, they're gonna fight each other in the finals, right?
I mean, you would think, because they've been feuding with each other for over the past however long.
No, they just started it tonight. The feud just started.
Well, no, I mean, there's been friction between Red Dragon. Right. But now this is like a full-blown, I guess, feud, can we say?
Is Kyle and Adam have been injured.
Yeah.
So, like, it's poor timing. If you're going to do this, you got to sell it here. You got to make it last. Like, I think I would have loved to see something. Here's my booking of it, Brian.
Yeah.
We're going to play How Would You Book It? I would have booked it as they're going to fight each other in the semifinals or maybe even the opening round. And they decide collectively to do the finger poke of doom. And the Bucks.
Oh, they won't do that. No, they're not that.
Listen, like they like they do it on like BTE.
Okay. Oh, well, okay.
They say that they're like, guys, put us over in the first round. We're gonna do the finger poke of doom. It'll be legendary. It'll be great. So the Bucks enter the ring thinking that they're gonna get over in the finger poke of doom. And then Undisputed Elite beats the dog shit out of them and advances. That's how I would have booked it.
Interesting.
How would you book this?
Well, I can't just.
They gotta fight each other at some point.
They do have to fight each other. Hello, Rose. I can hear her barking in the background. I miss you. Um, let's see. How would I book them? You know what? I would like to see them in one of those. What was that dome that they had in TNA? Like the thing with like the thing at the entrance
Terror
in the middle of it.
Terradome.
Say it again.
Terradome.
Terradome. Yeah. Terradome. Is that what it's called?
The one it took like 10 minutes.
It was Homicide couldn't get out of it. Right. I want them to do. No, I think it was Homicide. I'm pretty sure it was Homicide. Or I know it. And one of the matches it was Homicide. But anyway.
No. Yeah, I was right, and so are you.
What?
It wasn't Homicide. It was Kazarian as Suicide.
Oh. Are you sure?
I'm sure that Kazarian was one of the several guys that played.
Well, yeah, I'm not asking that. I'm saying who is the person that was having trouble?
Somebody else in the costume that night, but it was Suicide.
No. I'm saying I don't think it was Suicide that was having trouble getting out of the cage.
Yeah, he had to go through that little hole in the top.
Yeah, I don't think that was Suicide.
Oh, Stike, you're listening.
Yeah, he's our fact checker. Right, but anyway, yes, I want them to have a Terradome match. And I do want to have someone struggle to get out. I was trying to think who the best one would be. It would probably be either Nick or Matt, right?
So there's one of those things. I don't know if you've ever played it on the GM modes on games.
No.
You could have a tournament with a bunch of random stipulations. Like you could have one round be a last man standing, one round be a ladder. I would love to see an extreme tournament where each match is different.
Like what?
Like, okay, let's say it's the Bucks versus Private Party in round one. Well, they drew a cage match. And then in the next part of the bracket, it's Best Friends versus FTR. Well, guess what? They're in a ladder match. The next matchup is a table. And so every match is different stipulation, but it's just a bunch of,
right.
Yeah, it was Suicide, but it wasn't Kaz. It was TJP. Okay. It was Suicide.
Suicide.
It was TJP.
I really don't think that's what, unless it happened multiple times in TNA.
Because it took him so long to get out that there's no way they did it again. So yeah, the Bucks are now face with Hangman, who last time he was feuding was kind of heelish. They don't stick to their guns long in AEW.
Oh, no.
But apparently now, since Omega's not ready to go, Bucks will team with Hangman, and they're gonna fight Undisputed Elite in the finals. Brian, you know it.
100%.
Okay.
100%.
Agreement there.
Oh yeah.
So we don't need to watch till the finals.
I don't know about that, but
clearly.
Yeah, what did you say, TJP? TJP.
WWE, do you think? I've seen rumors. I don't know how credible they are. Sasha and Naomi coming back.
I did hear that. Do you think it's true?
I think if it is true, it should be an invasion. They should play up the kayfabe of it and be like, "You stripped us of our titles, because we spoke out for ourselves."
Right.
They let them start attacking. Make your tournament to declare new champs, and then just name 4 teams. It's the winners this week will face off in the finals next week, and just have them not allow those matches to conclude. Be we're the champs. Don't forget that, and then run away off camera, a mini invasion angle. You're trying to crown new champs. We didn't go anywhere. I don't know. I think Hunter could pull it off if they are truly back. I think that could be a really fun, something different storyline.
Do you think they got a better deal than the one that they had, or is it the same bullshit?
I'm sure it's the same deal. I think it's just confidence in whose hands you're in. I think it's like buying into a coach or buying into a teacher, or buying into a trainer. It's not necessarily just about the X's and O's and dollar signs and stuff like that, Brian. It's about who you can work with. would Daniel Bryan be as good as he was if he didn't go through Shawn Michaels school? If he went, let's say, to the Heart Dungeon, would some of the guys that came out of the Heart Dungeon be as good as they are if they came out of the Monster Factory? You know, like you find would Michael Jordan have reached the promised land as easily as he had without Phil Jackson? So you can go in other sports. Like there is Red Auerbach and Bill Russell. Like you have to buy into a certain coach, and Stike says it right here. Given how much Sasha and Naomi love Triple H and Stephanie, it probably won't be hard for them to come back. So I don't think they would come back and expecting anything different. Except for the booking and the treatment and the way things are run and the confidence. So I think that the same scenario they walked out on, Triple H and Stephanie laid it out, they would have stayed.
Right.
They would have stayed out of respect and saw it through and been like, oh, this is where you see it going long term. This is where you see the payoff. Okay, we trust you.
Right.
They didn't trust Vince. They've been
no, and why
so
would
many
you?
times by it.
Right.
And we all know that there's a reason there's a stigma of Vince and minorities. And, I mean, here it's a double minority. They're both – because Vince sees women as a minority there. I mean, so it was like probably a double whammy.
Oh, I thought you meant because they're both of color.
That's what I'm saying. That and the fact
that
so
it's a quadruple.
Double minority to Vince.
Right.
Is what I was trying to say. And then –
in Vince's eyes.
Right, in Vince's eyes.
Yes.
And so then the other thing is look at the history. Just look at the history of that division of those belts. Bayley and Sasha made it have some respect and some quality to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that was it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess so.
I mean, freaking Tamina and Natty had it.
Is that who beat them for it? Like who took the?
Shayna had it. Like the Iconics had it for a second.
Well, that was cool.
Literally a second.
Right. Yeah.
And Stike's pointing out, don't forget Triple H gave Sasha one half of the main event at TakeOver with Bayley as a 30-minute Iron Woman match. You know, I mean, I just think that Stephanie and Triple H have proven and shown that they will invest the time in the women's division. And, you know, we found out that Dana Warrior's gone. I didn't even know that she was in charge of the women's division. I thought she was a goodwill ambassador. Like
oh no, she is there. She's been writing shit. I have no idea what she's been a part of, but she's been there ever since.
She's gone now. She probably came up with Ric Flair baby thing with Lacey Evans.
I hope not.
I don't know. And so I mean, I think that it's just different. You think about a director that likes to work with certain actors. Well, a coach that switches teams could bring over his players. You saw Andy Reid. He brought over a couple receivers when he left Philly to go to Kansas City. So I don't think that there's anything wrong here now that these people are back, Triple H and Stephanie, in a more prominent role and without Vince to thwart them. Yeah, of course you're going to get these people back.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Who else is going to... You think like someone like... I mean, Karrion Kross hasn't signed anywhere. He was a Triple H guy.
Kross. I don't think he's a big enough name, but I can see at the bare minimum, once the honeymoon phase of being parents is over, Johnny and Candice will be back at least in black and gold, if not main roster.
Right.
I think, you know, I think Johnny's kind of the godfather of NXT. You could leave him and Candice down there. They could do a very good gimmick, like where they both like walk around the goal, almost like the McMahon Helmsley era. They could recreate that in the black and gold for them at some point. You know, do it right down there.
Interesting.
Tegan Nox returns at Clash at the Castle. Yeah, a lot of the women that got cut are probably open season to come back. Anybody that's not signed that Triple H like is open season. So it'll be interesting. I'm optimistic.
Yeah, so am I, man.
Not as crazy as those other podcasters who think everything's just done a 180 and we should forgive the last 5 years. But I'm optimistic.
I am too, but yeah, like you said, I mean, they did us kind of dirty for the past. I mean, however long this podcast has been going on.
Is when they told us that we're going to give you something new. We're going to listen to
something fresh.
Yeah, we used to have that as a button on our sound effects.
Yeah, when we had a budget for sound effects.
Yeah, what a fucking lie that was.
Yeah. We're going to give you what you want.
You liars.
No.
Although, I guess we didn't want Shane around, so they gave us that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, I wanted Shane back initially, but then it was like too much.
The underground.
Well, yeah. That was pretty bad.
There was no coming back. Oh, shit. Stike says, Raw's in Cleveland next week.
He's not coming back. He's not. He showed up on Impact, actually, a couple of weeks ago.
For Raw to be in Charlotte, because Johnny Football's in Charlotte right now.
Johnny Football?
Oh, wait. No, never mind.
That's Manziel? Johnny Manziel?
I was thinking Baker Mayfield and Manziel. They're both former Browns. Who cares?
Yeah, they're both, former assholes.
They suck. All right, so we'll wrap it up. We'll be back next week to discuss some more. Hopefully we have a full bracket by then of the Trios tournament to discuss. Not that we didn't already predict the ending anyway.
Yeah.
So Rampage didn't even get 400,000 last week, Brian. Fact check. So, yeah, I told you, man. Like you're don't be like the Trump masses who just fact checking. Look at the numbers. They didn't even get 400,000.
There's a lot going on in the world. No, there's a lot. I mean, I think Friday, there was some holiday and the January 6th committee.
Yeah, you're wrong, Brian. Good try.
Oh, man.
Go drink some more Kool-Aid when we get off the air.
I'm finishing a beer. Here we go. Cheers.
So, hopefully, Rob and I are planning to do something fun for your birthday.
For my birthday?
Yeah, I don't think you're going to be included, but we are going to have a good time.
Well, I hope I would be. I mean, it would be nice to hang out with you guys. That would be nice. I actually, you know what?
You said you're working.
I might be. I don't know if I am.
What show would you be working?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily be working. I would be I wouldn't be ring announcing, is what I should be saying. But there's a potential for going to a show in Ohio, but I don't know if that's happening. Yeah, PW Revolver.
We could fly
Sammy Callahan's. Say it again.
We could fly there.
I don't think he hasn't flown that far, has he? Ohio? I don't know. We'll talk.
We'll talk about it more off the air. I'll bug you more off the air.
Yeah.
For Brian, I am Adam Baum. Thank you for joining us this week. We're going to be back next week. Same smart time, same smart channel.
I'll catch you on the flip side.
Hello, you're watching the Collective Media Raidcast broadcast. Yeah, it's a mouthful.
Markdown Podcast is produced and edited by U-Record Studios and is recorded live from Charlotte, North Carolina. Subscribe, follow, and listen to us live following WWE programming on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Download the podcast by following us at podbean.com or subscribe on iTunes and Apple Podcasts. While you're there, go ahead and give us an honest and fair review and rating. Finally, if you have enjoyed our product and would like to see us grow, please donate to us by visiting the donation link below our live video, or you can donate via Venmo and Cash App at the handle Ravepro. That's RAVEPRO.
You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows.